we're learning about angles on parallel lines. So parallel lines never meet. So we make sure that they're parallel lines by drawing them like this. All right? And putting an arrow on them so that even if they don't look parallel, we're saying they are parallel. So how do we get angles on them then? Hang on, let's just pause. So currently there's no angles on these lines. They're just straight. Well, there's straight angles all along the place, but we can't see any of them. So we need to make some angles, and we do that by putting a line, and we always make it a diagonally sort of wonky line, through those two parallel lines. That line's got a special name. Because it goes through them, it's called a transversal. All right? Now, that transversal has just made a whole lot of angles for us. All right? We've got one here. We've got one here. We've got one here, one here. And we've got a whole nother set on the other side. So, this one, this one, this one, and this one. If I call these all letters, I'm going to label them between A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Right. So on my beautiful picture up there, I have got angles on a straight line, A and B, A and D, D and C, E and F, H, G, lots of them, right? Lots of angles on a straight line, what do they add up to? 180. Each pair of them adds up to 180. I've got piles of angles, two lots of angles at a point, A, B, C and D, what do they add up to? 360. I've got vertically opposite ones. Give me an example of vertically opposite. What's an example of vertically opposite, Jerry? A and C, right? So as long as you've gone through that point, you've got a vertically opposite. So obviously, we've already learnt those angle rules. They're not the ones we're interested. We're interested in one angle from here and one angle from here. All right? The first one that we're interested are called corresponding. Angles. Now, the reason for this particular one, what are we up to? 5, 6, 5. Yeah, angle reason 5. So, the reason for this we write as core angles, but it only holds if we've got parallel lines. So we have to write that bit too, parallel lines. Now, what do they do? Okay, so what do you think corresponding means? What would make two of these angles corresponding? I'm going to ask you another question. We tomorrow, and this is serious, are going to a different room. We're going to C8 for maths tomorrow, period 4. C8. All right, there's a test happening up here. C8 for maths tomorrow. So if we go to that room and Bella sits in the corresponding place, where will she be? Up the front on the left-hand side, right? That's her corresponding place. So what two angles up here might be corresponding? No. What angles are in the same place as A? E. A and E are in the same place, right? In fact, if we squash the lines together, they're right on top of each other, which means they're what? What size are they? They're both the same size, so they're equal, all right? So corresponding angles have this picture, where any angle here has another one down the bottom. So this one and this one, this one and this one, this one and this one, they're all corresponding. Anything that's in the same place. And they're always equal. All right? So each of those, because if we squash the parallel side angles together, they'd be exactly the same. So therefore, if I say that A and this one's 150 degrees, I can write, well, A equals 150 also, because their corresponding angles, parallel lines, are equal for my 2 marks. All right, second one, or 6 in our reasons. Alternate. So if I say to you, you're having alternate turns, what does that mean? Means I have one, then you have one, right? We're alternating. So an alternate angle means every second one. In our picture up here, the alternate angles are the ones that are in the other picture, but on the other side. So yes, no, but we want to go yes, no, yes. So B and D, B and H are alternate. In fact, these two are alternate, D and F, and these two are alternate. On the other side of the transversal, inside or outside. Okay? So its picture looks like this. We always say these are Z angles because it's this one and this one. On the other side of the transversal, but either within the parallel lines, or it could be this one and this one. On the outside of the parallel lines, but on the other side. What's true about those angles? What's true about the 2 blue angles? They're equal. Because they're just vertically opposite, really, aren't they? And we know vertically opposite are equal. So the short version of this one is alt. Angles, parallel lines are equal. Okay, they look equal. So therefore, if this angle here, B, and this is 67 degrees, we can write that B equals 67 degrees because alternate angles on parallel lines are equal. For our 2 marks, 1 for the reason. So the last one pairs them up too, but this time they're called co-interior. So co means together and interior means on the inside. It's not technically true though, because in our picture it looks like this. This one and this one. On the same side of the transversal, on the inside, but there are 4 pairs in each case. So it's also this one on the outside, on the same side of the transversal. All right? So those 2 are co-interior, these 2 are co-interior. So therefore, if this one is 55 degrees, anybody tell me what C is going to be? Christina? Very good. 180 take away 55 because this one here, if we squash the parallel lines together, would be here. So they'd be on a straight line. So it would be this one plus this one equals 180. So C equals 180 minus 55, which is 125 degrees. And the short reason, co-interior angles on parallel lines add to 180 degrees. So I need to write it after this as well. co-interior angles on parallel lines and to 180 degrees. All right, so those are our three new rules. We have to be able to tell the difference. So always think about them as, if I squash them together, will they be the same size? If they're on top of each other, when I squash the parallel lines together, they will be corresponding. If when I squash them together, they're on opposite sides, they will be alternate. If when I squash them together, they add up, they are on opposite sides of the line and add up to 180, they're going to be co-interior. It's going to take us a little while to learn these, but we need to for the marks.